Okay, good morning. So today we learn how to write code that can make decisions using the if and if-else and elif, all of that. So we need to know what relational operators are so we can compare two values and make decisions based on those. We want to be able to do that in flowcharts and we want to be able to do it in Python. We talked about a sequence of instructions, so just like these annoying PowerPoint animations come up one after the other in a very predictable way, that's what sequence means. A predictable order, one after the other. However, programs don't always go in a predictable order from top to bottom. Sometimes we need to make decisions, as in, I don't know, if it's raining, you take an umbrella. If it's not raining, you don't take an umbrella. The same type of thing in your game or in your program. So these are relational operators. They don't mean relational as in your auntie or uncle or your brother or your sister. They mean taller, smaller, same size, or not same size. The order of these less than or equal to is important, and you can't have a space in between these. So the way that you'd say it in English is the way that you'd write it in Python. The less than or equal to operator. All of these have to have something on the left, have to have something on the right, and they evaluate to true or false. So let's have a look and see what we mean by that. We get some Python open, and if we have, I don't know, raining is true, and hungry is also true. If we print raining, this is a Boolean statement. It's true or it's false. Look, it suddenly stopped raining. But you can also use a relational operator. So let's say if time is greater than, I'm going to make a prediction. You ready? It's 11:52. So I'm going to say if the time gets to 54 minutes, it's going to start raining. So I'm going to need time, aren't I? I'm going to say time is currently 52. Oops. So at the moment, it's not raining. What's going on here? It's nothing to do with hungry at all. I've got a relational operator, and I'm saying this value in this variable, if that is bigger than 54, which it obviously isn't, so the result of this relational operator is a Boolean expression, true or false. Let's make it bigger than 54. It's now, well, it's not quite 11:55. 55 is bigger than 54. This expression now evaluates to true rather than false. I hope that makes some sense. That's what we mean by Boolean expressions. Boolean means true or false, named after George Boole, who invented a way of doing maths with just two things, true and false. So we can make decisions with this, can't we? Is it raining, yes or no? We've got a new shape, a diamond. Notice we've got two equal signs here. We've got one equal sign here, and it's a common mistake. Let's check and see. Here we've got, it's not an error, but it's not doing what we want. This is setting the value of time to be equal to 54, and then it's also setting raining to be 54. That's why we see it here. If we use two equals is, don't know what the plural of equals is, equi, two equal signs, this is now false. Why? Because we're comparing that and that. Time is not 54, time is 55, nearly. So they're not the same, therefore it's false. Okay, so that's what we mean by the two equal signs here. One equals for assignment, setting the value. Two equals for checking if two things are equal. And then you can make decisions in your flowcharts, blah-de-blah, not very exciting. This is how we do the flowcharts in Python. So this would be a diamond decision here. Is the rain coming? If so, notice the indentation. This means this is only going to run if this Boolean expression is true, as in, does the variable weather currently store the string rain? Else, so this line of code is only going to run if this is false. All right, that's all we need to know from the PowerPoint. Let's make a start on here. Let's get you started with activity 1. Evaluates true to, that just means what will the result of this be? So let's see, int 2 currently stores, not the value 2 confusingly, the value 4. Is the value 4 exactly equal to 33? No, that's why it's false. The first integer, number 7, is that equal to 7? Yes, it is. So we're going to write true in here. I'd like you to do the rest on here, please. So let's have a quick look at this second to last one. We've got a string which contains A, B, C, and then we've got a relational operator that says is less than AAX. Interesting. How do we compare two strings? Well, if a human was asked to compare two strings, I guess, well, what would you do? I guess you'd have to work out which one came first in the alphabet. And actually, I think that's what Python would do. Should we check and see? If we get that code here, we put that into Python, we have this expression, and we print it. Oops, don't want all caps. Is it going to be true or false? It's false. Why is it false? Presumably because this comes first in the alphabet. If we change that to a C, now this one comes first in the alphabet. So a relational operator with strings will compare each character in order. I think that's quite clever. So for activity 2, you've got all of these shapes, but they're all grouped together. So you probably want to right-click and ungroup them, if that's a possibility. Can we do that? Right-click and ungroup. Don't know, but it should at least let you move them. But we can't get them out of that shape. That's really annoying. How about if we Control X and paste down here? That's one possibility. If it was me, I'd probably just press the print screen button and get a copy of them and paste them wherever you want them to go. Oh, even then you can't put them. Goodness me, don't you just love words sometimes? Let's put them in front of text, and then you can put them wherever you want. Yuck. Or you can make them yourself. Insert, shapes, flowcharts. Let's get a Terminator. There it is. Start. And then this one, I'm going to right click and make that the default shape type, so that the next shape that I make, insert, shape, and a Terminator. There it is. It's the right style already. Please remember, you've got to have arrows between all of these. Any ones that I use, I'm going to delete. Start at the beginning, end at the end. Probably going to do this one next. Ask the question. Is the number greater than 50? Otherwise. So we've got to have a branch going out. And make sure, please, I'm just going to put this example up on here for a sec. Make sure that you have two arrows coming out of your decision. And both of those arrows are labeled. So it says either yes or no, or true or false, whichever way you want to label them. So some of you have noticed that there was a mistake on the last one. It says less than or equal to, but there's just a relational operator that is less than. It should be less than or equal to. Make sure there's no space in here. Make sure that you don't write it the wrong way around. It has to be that way around. The extension, you can ask any 5 questions in Python. Save the responses into variables, and then use if statements to get it to respond differently. I'll start you off with an example. So it could be, we ask the question, what is your favorite food? And we must listen to the answer. If we say pizza, I want it to respond appropriately. So we can have an if statement. If food is equal to pizza, then, I love pizza. What's your favorite topping? But here, that's a question, but it's not being displayed as a question, unless I put that as input. Now, if I put anything other than pizza, it doesn't ask the question. If I put pizza in, it does, because this is indented. So we can ask a follow-on question. If topping is equal to pineapple, we could do this, but I'd like you to customize it however you want. For example, that didn't work. If topping is equal to pineapple, did I spell that wrong? Yes, I did. 3 P's. We could make it respond without an if statement there. It just always responds in that irritating way to disagree with you. I hate plus topping. Let's have a look. What's your favourite topping? Cheese. Excellent. So the extension, I'd like you to have at least 5 questions and at least 5 if statements. You can ask any questions that you like as long as they're not offensive. That is your extension. So when you've done as much as you can, make sure you save your Word document and get it uploaded to Half Term 2 Algorithms and Programming 2. Thank you.